Today I'll talk about the two really bad things that MMA coaches or martial arts coaches in general do. Stay tuned. Shooting takedowns like the double leg are the most widely used takedowns in MMA. If you want to add them to your arsenal, check out this instructional. The link is in the description. Hi, my name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, where we teach coaches, fighters and enthusiasts how to train smart and not just hard. And in today's video, I'll be talking about the two really bad things that martial arts coaches do to their athletes. So those two things are making them compete at all costs, and number two is yelling instead of giving feedback during competition. So let's start with number one, making them compete at all costs. This is so common and I've seen it so many times. Many fighters that I've talked to tell me that their coach has made them compete even though they didn't feel well, they were sick, or maybe they were injured. Now, the coach's main priority should be the welfare and advancement of his student. Of course, if your goal is for your student to compete and your student's goal as well, he should compete, but not if he's sick. Not if he's injured. And young people sometimes, oftentimes, they want to compete even if they don't feel well, even if they're injured. Of course, you can sometimes let your competitor compete if it's a minor injury. But for example, my coaches, when I trained judo, they tried to talk me out of competing in the nationals because they knew my knee was messed up. And if I messed it up even more, I would have to get an ACL surgery. And that's exactly what happened when I competed in the nationals. I won 2 fights and I lost my 3rd fight, and in that fight my ACL broke completely. So if I would have listened to both my coach and my father, that would not have happened, and I would have saved myself a year and a half of rehab. But no, I had to do it. So if it's a major injury or there is a danger of major injury happening, don't compete. And you as a coach shouldn't make your students compete if that's the case. But if it's a minor injury, then maybe they can compete. It's up to the competitor. Of course, you are the voice of reason. You're older and more experienced. You should advise your student what you think is best for him, but don't advise him to compete at all costs. Now, we all want our clubs to succeed. We all want gold medals. We all want to win fights, and we all want our students to succeed, but not at all costs. And number two is yelling instead of giving feedback during competition. So I've seen this so many times happening. A fighter steps onto the mat or to the octagon, the fight starts, and his coach starts yelling at him what to do. Sometimes even insults him, which is crazy. Look, competition in and of itself is a stressful activity, and you don't need to be adding oil to the fire by yelling or even worse, insulting your competitor. He or she are doing the best they can at the moment, and what you need to be doing is giving them intelligible feedback. What does this mean? Instead of yelling, fight harder or whatever, you should be doing this. Come on, jab, step into the jab. Throw a right cross, level change, double leg, yeah, that's it, good, something like that. Very calm, and don't get too excited, and don't yell. You should be very calm and rational. Before our last competition, one of my fighters told me that he asked me if I could not say anything during competition. And I'm not the coach that's yelling or screaming or anything. I'm just giving instructions. And he told me, look, let's try it this way. Please don't give me any instructions, because then I feel like you are controlling me with a joystick. So we've trained hard, we've prepared well, and let me fight, let me think by myself. And I said, okay, that's fair, let's do it. And we did, and he won the fight. So it felt good for him, it felt good not to be on a joystick. Some fighters actually like for their coach to tell them what to do at certain points of time, because the corner can see some things that the fighter cannot see, because the fighter is inside, he's more prone to emotions, and the corner, although we are emotional too, of course you want your fighter to succeed, but you are still more rational than the fighter. So try to be calm. I know it's hard. I know you want your competitor to win. We all do. You've invested a lot of time into your competitor. You've drilled for many hours. The techniques you've practiced seem to be working in training. And then when it's not working in competition, you start yelling, you start feeling angry, you start feeling frustrated. That's okay, I understand that. But still, you need to be calm, you need to be rational, and you need to be giving rational and intelligible instructions.
Many MMA champions use ground and pound as their go-to strategy. If you want to learn how to do it properly, check out my Total Ground and Pound Blueprint Instructional. The link is in the description.
There are many mistakes that coaches do, and these were just 2 of them. If you like this video, like it and share it, and you can also subscribe to my channel. And if you want a more in-depth MMA instruction, check out our instructionals here. My name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and I will see you again very soon.